The earth trembles. A deep guttural roar rises from the heart of Yellowstone National Park. Beneath the serene beauty, a slumbering giant awakens. Pressure, building for millennia, finds release. The ground buckles, then erupts in a cataclysmic display of nature's raw power. A supervolcano, long dormant, unleashes its fury. Molten rock, ash and gas are ejected skyward, a terrifying pillar of fire reaching for the stratosphere. The very air crackles with energy, a symphony of destruction composed of shockwaves and seismic thunder. The idyllic landscape, moments ago teeming with life, is instantly transformed into a desolate wasteland. Across the American West, a blanket of ash begins to fall, a grim harbinger of the cataclysm unfolding. The sun, once a source of life and warmth, is blotted out. Day turns to night, a suffocating darkness enveloping the land. Yellowstone National Park, a paradise sculpted by fire and ice. Its geothermal wonders, from geysers like Old Faithful to bubbling mud pots, hint at the immense power that lies beneath the surface. This breathtaking landscape, a testament to the beauty and violence of nature, sits atop one of the world's largest supervolcanoes. Supervolcanoes are not your typical cone-shaped mountains. They are massive calderas, vast depressions formed by previous eruptions of unimaginable scale. Yellowstone's caldera, spanning an area of roughly 30 by 45 miles, is a scar on the Earth's surface, a reminder of past cataclysms. Geological records reveal a cycle of eruptions, each one leaving an indelible mark on the planet. Today, scientists closely monitor Yellowstone, their instruments searching for signs of unrest. The immediate aftermath of Yellowstone's eruption is a scene of unimaginable devastation. Pyroclastic flows, superheated avalanches of gas and ash, race across the landscape at hundreds of miles per hour, incinerating everything in their path. Those unlucky enough to be within a 100-mile radius face certain death. Volcanic ash, propelled high into the atmosphere, spreads across the continent and beyond. This is not ordinary ash, but a fine, abrasive powder capable of clogging engines, collapsing roofs, and wreaking havoc on human infrastructure. The ash cloud, a shroud of darkness, disrupts air travel, grounding planes and bringing global transportation to a standstill. As the ash settles, it blankets the land, contaminating water supplies, suffocating crops, and transforming once fertile fields into barren wastelands. The United States, once a beacon of power and prosperity, finds itself at the epicenter of this global crisis. The immediate impact is felt most acutely in the western states. Wyoming, Montana, and Idaho, home to millions, bear the brunt of the initial blast. Towns and cities in the path of pyroclastic flows are obliterated, their inhabitants left with no time to react. The ashfall, extending thousands of miles, cripples infrastructure and disrupts daily life. Roads become impassable, power grids collapse, and communication networks fail. The economic consequences are staggering. Agriculture, a cornerstone of the American economy, is brought to its knees. In the wake of the Yellowstone eruption, a period known as the Long Winter begins, casting a global shadow of cooling, a volcanic winter. The massive injection of sulfur dioxide into the stratosphere creates a veil of sulfate aerosols, which reflects sunlight back into space, disrupting Earth's energy balance. As temperatures plummet, the world plunges into extended cold and darkness. Growing seasons shorten, crops fail, and ecosystems struggle to adapt. The impact on human civilization is profound. Food shortages escalate into a global crisis, with millions, perhaps billions, facing starvation as agricultural systems struggle with the altered climate. Competition for dwindling resources leads to conflict and unrest, testing the very foundations of human civilization. The skies, once a vivid canvas of blue and white, are now cloaked in perpetual twilight. The sun, now a distant memory, struggles to penetrate the thick veil of volcanic aerosols. The world is draped in somber gray, a visual reminder of the cataclysm that has reshaped the planet. The air, laden with ash and the stench of sulfur, becomes a constant irritant, causing widespread respiratory problems among the young, the elderly, and those with pre-existing conditions. Breathing, once a simple act, becomes a daily struggle for survival. Weather patterns shift, rainfall becomes erratic, and extreme events from droughts to floods become more frequent and severe. As ecosystems face rapid and dramatic changes, some species face extinction while others may find new opportunities in the shifting landscape. The global economy, already facing 21 century challenges, is brought to its knees by the eruption of Yellowstone. The interconnectedness that once defined global trade and finance becomes a liability as shocks cascade through the system with lightning speed. The financial markets reel from the immediate impact. Stock markets crash, currencies plummet, and investors scramble for safe havens. The global economy, teetering on the brink, plunges into a deep and prolonged recession. The flow of goods and services grinds to a halt, leading to shortages, inflation, and widespread economic hardship. The world is forced to confront the fragility of its economic systems and the need for greater resilience in the face of global shocks. The eruption of Yellowstone is not just a story of geological upheaval, it is a story of human resilience and the enduring spirit of our species. In the face of unimaginable loss and hardship, communities come together, offering support, compassion, and a shared determination to rebuild. First responders, often putting their own lives at risk, work tirelessly to rescue survivors and provide aid to those in need. Communities both near and far rally to support those affected by the disaster. Donations of food, water, and other essential supplies pour in from around the world. Volunteers, driven by a shared sense of humanity, offer their time, skills, and resources to help with the recovery effort. The eruption of Yellowstone, while a tragedy of immense proportions, also serves as a powerful reminder of our shared humanity. In the face of adversity, we are capable of great compassion, courage, and resilience. In the shadow of a slumbering giant, a dedicated team of scientists works tirelessly to understand the forces at play beneath Yellowstone National Park. Armed with an array of sophisticated instruments, they monitor every tremor, every change in gas emissions, every subtle shift in the landscape. Seismographs, strategically placed throughout the park, listen to the Earth's heartbeat, recording even the faintest tremors that might signal the movement of magma deep underground. GPS stations, their antennas reaching skyward, track the subtle rise and fall of the ground, searching for signs of inflation or deflation of the magma chamber. Gas monitoring stations, scattered across the park, sniff the air for changes in the composition of volcanic gases, such as sulfur dioxide and carbon dioxide, which can indicate an increase in volcanic activity. These geochemical sentinels provide early warning signs of unrest, giving scientists valuable time to assess the potential threat. The data from these instruments, constantly streaming into monitoring centers, are analyzed by teams of experts, their faces illuminated by the glow of computer screens. The eruption of Yellowstone, a cataclysmic event that reshapes the planet and tests the limits of human endurance, also reveals the remarkable resilience of our species. In the face of unimaginable loss and hardship, we adapt, innovate, and rebuild, drawing strength from our shared humanity and our unwavering will to survive. Communities come together, supporting one another, sharing resources, and finding solace in their shared experience. The challenges are immense, but so too is the human capacity for ingenuity and innovation. New technologies emerge to address the challenges posed by the altered environment. Agricultural practices are adapted to cope with the shorter growing seasons and the ash-covered soil. New forms of energy are developed to replace those lost in the disaster. The eruption of Yellowstone, while a tragedy of immense proportions, also serves as a catalyst for human progress. The eruption of Yellowstone, a stark reminder of the immense power of nature and the fragility of human civilization, offers profound lessons for us all. It underscores the importance of scientific literacy, the need for international cooperation, and the enduring power of the human spirit. In a world increasingly shaped by science and technology, it is essential that we cultivate a society that understands and appreciates the scientific method. Scientific literacy empowers us to make informed decisions, to separate fact from fiction, and to navigate the complexities of a world facing unprecedented challenges. The eruption of Yellowstone, a global event with far-reaching consequences, highlights the interconnectedness of our world and the need for international cooperation. No nation can solve global challenges alone. We must work together, sharing knowledge, resources, and expertise to build a more resilient and sustainable future for all.